How many pigs do you have?
I have 3.
3.
Yeah.
Is this one of your pigs?
That is Jolene. Yeah.
Jolene?
Yeah.
Jolene?
Love it.
Yeah, I got 2 girl pigs and 1 boy.
And are they all about the same size?
Jolene's probably the biggest. They're roughly around 80 to 90 pounds each.
You know, I've heard that pigs are great pets.
They're the best pets.
Please don't tell my children that.
Well, now, how many pigs are in this photograph?
There's my pug Delta, and then there's actually 3 pigs. There's 2 right there on my right, and Jolene's down towards my leg.
So the dark-colored pig is...
There's Whoopi, Pagellan, and Jolene.
So, Mr. Parker, you hire Mr. Beer to build his fence and a shed for you. How much did he charge you? What was the agreement?
I think it was $13,500
$13,000. Did you pay him $13,000?
up front. All of it. Yep.
It wasn't a written agreement.
Yeah, there's receipts.
A
and
receipt.
There's Facebook messages that went back and forth.
Did you have specifications?
So yes. So he had come over to initially we were just going to do fencing, and I had said, oh, I'm going to get a pre-built fence from a department store or something like that. And he said, well, I can build you one for much cheaper. What are you wanting? And so I talked about it, and then I on Facebook sent him.
I'm sorry. Are you saying you paid the defendant $13,500, and he said that he was going to be able to do what you wanted him to do for less than it would cost you to have gone to, I guess, Home Depot or something like that,
right,
to get the fencing?
I was going to get a pre-built and just have that installed.
Did he actually install the fence?
The fence was put together sort of in the 11th hour. We had ping-ponged back and forth wondering when this was going to be done. And then in the last few days, after a temporary fence was up, the final product was there.
When did the temporary fence go up?
I think the end of February.
And did the defendant then construct the final product for you?
For the fence?
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, the fencing and the foundation, the gaps, it was not a safe place for them.
And what about the shed?
The shed everything was as completed as he felt he needed to do it by, I think, March 22nd.
All right, now just a moment. Now, your defense, you say that he should know that pigs naturally use their noses to root out things to eat, right? So they push their noses into the ground, and you say that his pigs did that to your fence. They loosened it. That's why it didn't do the job it was supposed to do. And you say he should know better. He should have put rings in the little pig's nose to prevent them from using their noses to move things around.
Right.
Have you ever had a ring in your nostrils?
Nope, but I know
Do you
people...
think it feels good to the pig?
It probably doesn't, but I do know people that have pigs, and they actually have rings in their noses to keep them from rooting around.
Would you ever, under any circumstances, put a ring through your pig's noses?
Never, and I'm in several groups of people who own these mini pigs, and that is something that you just don't do.
Not only is it painful, it's just cruel, according to those who love pigs.
Yes.
Judge Tawalda?
You say that as a result of the discounted rate, because you said that if the plaintiff offered you to pay you up front, that you would give him a discounted rate, and that rate was the $13,500. And because of that, the materials would not be a premium grade and the shed would not be premium built.
Right.
Did he know this?
Yes, that's why I put in the contract, and I actually told him verbally that it would not be a premium built shed, because a premium built shed would cost more money, which was in my original bid to build it the way I wanted to build it.
What would that have cost him to build it
The
the way?
original one was $16,500 for everything.
And because you knocked it down to 13, you were saying basically it's not going to be the best quality.
Because it's not coming out of my labor and all of that. Obviously, if you do a cheaper price on something, it's gonna...
You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Mr. Parker, were you aware of that?
No.
No?
No.
You thought he was giving you a discount because you were giving him cash up front?
That's actually exactly it, that he was going to get paid all up front. And in our Facebook messages, there's absolutely nothing that suggests I'm going to get a lesser product because he dropped the price. Mm-hmm. If it would have been expressed to me that, this is something that's not going to work for your animals and is, but I'm going to put it there anyways, I certainly would have said, well, I need to do something else then.